the last kind of comment on this or misconception that people might have is that that's probably also due to the fact what and how they teach at universities. So people, programmers, right, are really good at maths.
That's a myth. I suck at math.
Really?
Yeah. If you want to know
Truly?
fun fact, I've never passed a calculus class in my entire life.
No
Past
way.
high school. In high school, I was, but then in college, I haven't passed it. Like I've taken the class 3 times, never passed it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't. I like calculus. I just suck at it. Like
But
immediately.
then I'm wondering, because also if you, at my hometown university, if you want to do computer science, right? The first, first year or something is really dry, like maths, barely any coding. Why do they do that?
Because programming is problem solving, and so is math. So it's a general guideline, let's say, or like standard that, if you're good at maths, you're good at problem solving, and if you're good at problem solving, you're going to be good at programming.
Right, but the standard is insane.
Yeah, it's a stretch though, in my opinion, because you can be very good at programming without knowing about math.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm pretty sure that's going to motivate a lot of people right there.
Yeah, because I think that was also a big misconception for me when I started coding. I was like, geez, I don't have too much math to do, and then it's just there's no math. Coding has no math, by the way. At best, if you're dealing with very, very low level languages like C or C++, you can work with like bits, and then that's like binary math. But that's just knowing, okay, like, like 1 means 1, and like, like it's just, well, it's binary math. It's not.
Yeah. It's not the hardest, it's ones and zeros.
Yeah, it's ones and zeros. Just dealing with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I didn't expect that response. I thought you'd be quite good at math, because that's, I think, what most people think of people. Oh, you're a programmer, you went to university, you're probably so good at math.
Yeah, my university course has a ton of math in it, or had a ton of math in it. I swear, my bad.
It's fine. We'll beep it.
Okay. I had a ton of math in it, but for no good reason, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, very good to know, man.
One small thing I will say is some topics in programming have a lot to do with math. So for example, if you're really into like machine learning and you want to understand why things are a certain way, you'll have to look at the math of it. And in that sense, you might need to understand math a bit better. It's still not very like overly complex math. Mm-hmm. If you want to build something new, for example, like when you're dealing with image software like Photoshop or whatnot, and you want to rotate an image, just rotating an image, you need to know matrix math,
Right.
So, but you don't need that. And as a developer, you need that if you're the one, like I said before, like with the 90-10%. Like if you're one of those 10% of programs that are actually developing the packages to do those things, then you need to know these things, and still you can just Google them.
Right. Yeah. I figured. No. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And so with the startup life, right? Obviously, as startup, you're always hoping to grow to be a substantial firm one day. Do you think as Kibo grows now, you'll keep the freelancing on the side, or is that something that you think you'll, disregard as time goes by?
It's probably something that I'll disregard as time goes by. I think it really depends. It heavily depends on Kibo's situation, because if I can remain at the lowest salary possible with Kibo, so that we can hire other people, I'd much rather do that and then have to struggle a little bit and do some freelancing on the side, rather than me being full time on Kibo and then needing to have a full pay rather than and then not being able to hire that other person.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think that's also good for the startup and for yourself, keeping yourself afloat. And then what if Kibo grows and you get a full-time salary, everything's looking prosperous, prosperous.
Yeah.
Prosperous, yeah. Would you then consider giving up freelance, or is that just the passion that?
Then I completely give up freelance. Honestly, like it's fun. It's fun to do, but it's not like essential to life for me. I think.
Okay. That's and so, but now, Kibo is in its starting phases. You keep yourself afloat with freelancing, even though you love coding, and that's probably with also regular entrepreneurs who just love what they're doing. What about those slump days, those lack of motivation days, those, oh, I gotta get out of bed days? Do you have those?
All the time, man. It's fine though, because I'm quite gifted in that sense where I work great when I'm in bed, so I can just stay in bed and code.
Out of bed, you're in your bed with your laptop.
Yeah, you can do that. So in that sense, like that's a pretty cool thing about coding is that you can do it wherever you are, and all you need is a text editor on your laptop. So yeah, obviously, like there are days where I don't code at all, and those days are like it's fine. You take a day off then and you relax, and then the next day is just okay, let's get back to it.
Is that just the motivation naturally coming back? Is that something you do? Is like how does it switch like that?
I don't really know. I've never really thought about it. I don't think it's necessarily natural, but I think it's just a process where I take a day off, I relax, I do whatever I want, and then it's like, okay, well, I get back, like, because I'm not. It's not like going back to an actual job. If you were to work, I don't know, at a 9 to 5, and then you're like, oh, I have to go to work again the next day, even though you just took a day off. I think like I don't feel that way. I feel like, okay, well, the next time, okay, like I get to work on this again, because like during my days off, I also think about work. Weirdly enough, I keep thinking, okay, like I can use this, I can do that way, and then I'm just excited the next day to like start implementing those things that I just thought of.
So kind of like you're like mentally not really never out of it.
No, I don't think I ever am. I don't think I ever will be either. At least not for the foreseeable future. Quite unhealthy, but.
I'm like, do you feel like it's a burden though? Like, do you wish you could shut it off?
A bit of both. Like,